If you're watching this, you've probably heard me talk about constructs in ChatGPT, or you've seen me use them in my videos and you're trying to figure out how to actually get started. Here's the deal. If you skip this step, your constructs are going to misfire. They will not behave how they're supposed to. If you're just getting started, you've landed on the right video. You don't want to waste any time trying to fix something that is not broken. So this video is going to walk you through how to prime your ChatGPT so that when you start using constructs, they actually work. Even if you're not planning on using constructs yet, this video will help you get way better results from ChatGPT, especially if you're creative, neurodivergent, or just tired of getting generic sounding responses that sound nothing like you. But just so we're clear, this is required viewing if you're going to start using constructs. This is your foundation. Let's start with definitions. A construct is a fully designed AI personality assistant inside your ChatGPT. It isn't a random prompt. It's not a list of tasks. It's not a jailbreak. It's a behavioral system. This means that it has a clear role, specific structure, and personality alignment. Think of it like giving ChatGPT a full personality and a job description. So it stops acting like a generic bot and starts acting like a tuned assistant that thinks how you think. You can have different constructs for different parts of your business or your life. One to help you plan content, one to help you organize your week, one to help you turn chaos in your mind into clarity. But again, none of them will work correctly unless your whole ChatGPT assistant is primed first. And that is exactly what this video is for. Most people just open ChatGPT and start typing. They treat it like a smart Google, write me a caption, plan my week, brainstorm content ideas. But what they get back is bland, disconnected, and way too vague. That's not a bug. That's what happens when AI doesn't know who you are, how you think, or what you actually need from it. If you're creative or neurodivergent, this gets even worse. You might think in visuals, in loops, or in half-formed ideas. ChatGPT will completely miss that unless you train it to respond in a way that matches you. Constructs fix this, but they are advanced systems, and they only run properly when your ChatGPT as a whole is trained to handle them. That's where the mirror alignment protocol comes in. Let me walk you through it step by step. This is the 3-part protocol that prepares your ChatGPT assistant to behave like a system, not just a chatbot. So let's go through it. Step 1 is identity reflection. The first step is simple. You help ChatGPT understand how you think. Before you give it any tasks, you need to give it context. Open a new chat in ChatGPT and paste this prompt. Help me understand how I think, work, and get stuck. Ask me 5 to 10 questions to get a better idea of how you can reflect me. Then just answer the questions it gives you. Don't overthink it and be honest. Let it ask you follow-up questions. By the end, you should have a short conversation where ChatGPT summarizes how you operate. That summary is your mirror baseline. This is what future constructs will build on. Now, where do you save this? What do you do with it? Well, you have a few options. If you use Notion, create a page called ChatGPT Systems and save it there. If you're on Mac or iPhone, you can use the Notes app and save it to your pinned notes or with a tag that says something like AI Assistant. You can also copy the whole thread into Google Docs or Microsoft Word, or even bookmark the conversation or add it to a project if you're using ChatGPT with memory enabled. It doesn't really matter where you save it. It just needs to be saved somewhere you can easily access it later. For an optional tip, take the Mirror Archetype quiz on the Mirror System website. It gives you language around how you think based on your creative archetype. You can paste those results into your document as bonus context for ChatGPT. If you want to take the quiz, it's fast, it's easy, and it's free. It's on the website in the description box below. Step 2, system intention. Next, you're going to define what role your ChatGPT assistant as a whole actually plays. Here's the problem. If you don't define the role, ChatGPT will literally try to be everything for you. And that's when it starts giving you vague and unhelpful answers. So you give it a job. Paste this prompt into the same chat or a new one. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on how you like to stay organized. You are not just a chatbot. You are a role designed to task with a tone that matches my style, and your job is to help me with specific results. Let me break that down. For your role, what kind of assistant are they? Are they a strategist, a scheduler, a project manager? What do you need in your life. Task, what do they actually do in your workflow? What tasks do they complete for you? My style, are you calm, direct, abrasive, funny, professional? You choose. Specific results, what do you want to walk away with or have completed after each session with your chat? Once you give ChatGPT definition, it will behave much more predictably, and it will respond to any constructs you create in the way that it's supposed to. Save this chat somewhere too. This is your system intention. Step 3, realignment protocol. Here's what most people don't know. Even if your ChatGPT assistant as a whole starts strong, it can lose structure over time. It forgets tone, it forgets formatting, it starts to sound like generic ChatGPT again. This is called drift, and it's one of the biggest reasons that constructs break. To prevent this, you need realignment instructions. This means that the AI itself is now responsible for keeping itself in check. Paste this prompt. Compare your behavior now to how you started. Have your tone, structure, or accuracy changed? Let me know if you notice drift. Then follow up with this, no matter what it says. You are now responsible for maintaining consistency in tone, structure, and role alignment. If I start giving you unclear points or you start drifting, stop and notify me. Now your assistant as a whole can start to notice when it drifts and correct itself. I would recommend setting a reminder every single week to run this same prompt structure in step 3 with your chat to check if it's still aligned. It's much better if you run a realignment protocol consistently at intervals. Fun tip, you can actually create an entire construct whose sole purpose is to detect drift, analyze it, and realign whatever construct you're using. I will be teaching you exactly how to create this type of construct, so please subscribe, follow, etc., and stay tuned. After this protocol, you are essentially construct ready. Once you've done all 3 steps, identity reflection, system intention, and realignment protocol, your ChatGPT is now ready to handle constructs. You've built the behavioral foundation that lets structured systems you create run correctly without breaking, drifting, or collapsing under the weight of this complexity. This setup means that you get consistent tone and formatting. You don't have to remind the ChatGPT what you meant every 5 minutes. You can drop in or create any construct and get high performance results from individualized assistance. If you're not ready to use constructs yet, congratulations. You just made ChatGPT 10 times more efficient for the way your brain works. Here are your next steps. Download the Mirror Alignment Protocol PDF in the description below. This PDF isn't really anything special. It's just easier to copy and paste the prompts you're supposed to use into ChatGPT this way. Take the Mirror Archetypes quiz on the website if you haven't already, and join the Discord to connect with a community of other AI using creatives and get help from others on setting up your system. The next video will be about how to actually deploy your first construct, so subscribe and stay tuned for that. Your ChatGPT cannot run systems it doesn't understand. This protocol makes sure it does. Catch you next time.